What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Of course, you know it's your boy B Hot Radio shouting. Hey, man, I got my Florida fam off in this thing. Nino Brown 305. What's good with it, boss?
Yes, sir. Had to come see a real one, man, while I'm out here, man. It's a blessing.
Same thing here, Nino, man. Appreciate you pulling up on a player.
I had to.
Now, I mean, Nino, for those that don't know, man, I mean, first of all, you done got busy with the music. You done hit him with the motivational speaking as well.
Right.
And also you're a cultural critic in this thing too, man. You got to let them know how you feel about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Take me from the top though, Nino. What was it that made you say, you know what, man, I got a voice? Was it the music that got you, or were you already preaching before you started rapping?
It's just a lot of fake shit in this game that I don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you get in this game as a musician, you thinking it's going one way. You like, yo, I got to put on the drip. I got to do this. I got to sign to this one.
Yeah.
But really, man, when you get out here and get next to these guys, they don't be really what they say they is. And not just that, the things you think you got to do really is a trap for you do to trick you off the streets and just to make you spend money. So it's like, man, when I started seeing that, man, the God in me told me to speak like God and talk with the voice of God and go hard. And I just had to separate myself from people in that industry because, you know, you either gonna serve God or money, and I can't serve money because I serve God and he own the money and God we trust.
Yeah.
So that's what it was all about with me, just preaching the real. You get what I'm saying? Trying to wake people up, stay woke.
I mean, being in that music industry, though, man, and seeing all of that craziness going on, man, from the inside out, how long did it take you to get fed up? Because, see, you know, some folks, they'll go 20 years before they get fed up. Some folks will go 2 weeks and get fed up. What was your time limit when you said, okay, enough is enough, and what was the tipping point for you?
It was like in my second year of being up under DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled is a master politician. He's a master at what he do. You know what I'm saying? Because he is an Arab in a black man game making money. Yeah. And he probably the only one in that game making money. So when I seen him and got up under him, he gave me $1 million worth of game for the free. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I learned, but then I mean, just getting up under him, man, traveling next to him, man, getting to see a lot of the stuff he do and what he don't like, but he say he like. I was learning politics at a fast pace. Yeah. But then the street in me said, man, this ain't real. You know, you really don't like this cat and what he doing, so why you don't get away from him and do it your way? You get what I'm saying? And then just seeing how he'll backdoor me and shelf me to promote the things that he was actually investing in because he felt like it needed to work for him to get his return on his investment. So I just seen a lot of the stuff that he was doing. Instead of, you know, putting it behind me, he wanted to keep me as a friend and put it into the Ace Hood cat. You know what I'm saying? That made me say, you know what, nah, bro. Because if you look at Ace Hood now and then you look at me now, you just see the transition, like, who is Ace Hood? You know, no disrespect to him. You know, he's still a man, but in this game here, a lot of the artists that Khaled signed, you don't even know about them no more, but you know Nino.
How did that adversity propel you though, Nino? Because it smells like to me when you felt that pain, you said, I got something to gain now.
Yeah, I use a lot of my pain as power. You know, when I go through pain and trauma, I don't take it out on people, I take it out on my hustle. Be the best decision you ever make. You know what I'm saying? When you take out what people do to you and you hold it for so many years instead of trying to, see, a bully is somebody that was bullied. But see, a real hustler, like Be High, like Nino Brown, like multiple people out here in the world that's doing their thing, man, they been going through stuff internally and they say, you know what, since you gonna try me like that, I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna make you wish that you never played me.
What was that point also with your voice though, Nino, where you realized that, okay, these folks is hearing me and they feeling me, and you stepped from behind Khaled's shadow and, you know, started to build your own brand?
When I started posting a lot of motivational content, at first it wasn't structured. At first it wasn't organized. It was just straight off the dome in front of the garbage can. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was speaking from, you know, passion and persistent. And then I was all over the place, but then I started getting this calling from people saying, hey man, you changed my life. And I'm like, I'm just talking. You know what I'm saying? I can't help how I talk. But at that point, I realized, you know what? God, this your calling, bro. You know, many call few chosen, but you've been chosen to do this. And then I start getting deeper into my knowledge. I start reading, I start researching, you know, because they say, the Bible say the people perish from the lack of knowledge, and the difference between rich and poor is information. So when you got the information, it changed your destination, because you probably was going to prison, but now you done risen to a high rise. You get what I'm saying? And we get money. So it's like, just researching, just going in them streets, seeing that, man, we've been wearing our pants down the whole time, but that's what them boys do. You know what I'm saying? In prison, man, we've been spending money, blowing money, man, but that's a trap, because at the end of your career, you ain't got nothing to show for it. Man, just seeing people going in restaurants that don't want them there, going into the Gucci store, putting on jackets that they can't fit, trying to squeeze into that little ass shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just seeing this stuff, and I'm like, man, you know what? Nah.
No, I'm with you, Nino. I'm with you, man.
Right.
When you look at hip hop right now, though, we got a lot of artists dying, man. The conversation that I want to have with people is hip hop dying literally and figuratively? And how can we save this thing if we all realize what's going on here?
Hip hop is dead. You know, at first when Lil Wayne or Nas or whoever said it, it wasn't dead, it was dying. It was on a respirator because they had a chance to say it. But now the people that was, you know, the rappers or the entertainers that had the influence was in the game, they're old now. They're older. You get what I'm saying? And they kind of played out in a way. They still, see, it's a difference between hot and big, right? So when you hot, you got influence. When you big, you like Master P. Master P still big, but he, you know, is not hot. But he still got influence, but minimal. You get what I'm saying? To the new up and coming, you know. So what I think is, man, with these artists, man, killing each other and glorifying the things they doing in these streets, when we used to do and don't say, now they saying what they do on the record, making it easy for the feds to crack the case. And then you notice on the street, there's not many detectives on the street no more because they on social media. So it's easier because the young boys dumb. You get what I'm saying? They doing dumb stuff and thinking that it's real. But man, I don't know. I think hip hop is dead. I think it's gonna be hard because when you look at quality control, they got P and Coach. You would consider them the old heads to the young G's. When you look at Cash Money Records, they got Birdman and Slim. You would consider them the OGs to Lil Wayne, BG. When you look at No Limit, they had Master P and he was over the group. So when you got leaders on top of it, they gonna guide you in the right way. They gonna monitor your money. They gonna monitor your movement. And that's what kept them young boys out of prison. Free YFN and Lucci, free Young Thug. But the truth is, it's gonna be plenty more Young Thugs and YFN and Lucci's if we don't get no OGs taking order.
What do you think it takes for the Young Thugs or the young YFN Lucci's and the people up under them? Because those guys right now, Thug and Lucci, them boys are some grown men. Now they in their 30s.
They in their 30s.
What does it take to get the guys that are 18 and up to come on in and say, hey man, we might need to change our life?
People don't follow backpack rappers. People don't follow, you know, they follow money. You get they follow the drip, they follow the car. So if you ride clean, you're looking good, you're getting money, they gonna follow that. They don't care who you is, what you got. Man, look, man, an OG that's 60 years old will call a nigga 20 years old a big homie if he got more money than him. You get what I'm saying? So I think it's gonna take a Kendrick Lamar that got money, you understand me, or a J. Cole that got the sense and the money, but they don't want to follow them. That's why J. Cole could ride the skateboard, and Kendrick Lamar, he don't wear jewelry, he don't do none of that, but he's still selling out shows. But they don't want that. These young niggas want the shit that you talk about, these hoes, you doing, you understand me, you selling the dope. They following the wrong nigga. They following everybody that ain't going nowhere. It's gonna take some real OGs, man, that's P, Coach K, and some more of them, TDE, Top Dog, and all them. We need some real OGs, man, to reinstate this game, the real shit in this game. That's what we need. Other than that, you see 12-year-old niggas out here in Atlanta killing each other by the little subway station. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get somebody that's going to say, hey, man, put that little gun down, pick that money up.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? We got the little water boys out there doing crazy stuff now. It's crazy. We got to change that, because if not, we going to wind up, man, and the white man, and this ain't no race thing, but it's true. Yeah. The white man get rich off both of them. He get rich if you die, he get rich if you go to prison. But the truth is, man, your mama crying when you die, your mama cry when you go to prison. Your kids need you.
Exactly.
Your kids need you, fool. That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a thought process. We got to change the way we think so we can look at the things and change.
I mean, when you say thought process, I mean, what was the music that motivated Nino back in the day, man, that you enjoy?
I still listen to Tupac to this day. To this day, I still listen to Tupac.
That makes two of us.
Right. So I listen to Tupac. I listen to Scarface. Scarface is a friend of mine. Tupac, I wish I would have met him, but I done worked with everybody that been around him, Das and the rest of them. I met Suge. So it's like, you know, and they all resonated with me because they know I'm real, and we always connected. Like, damn, you got you got the soul of Tupac, where you will say whatever you want and you don't care what repercussions. You see me, I came here with no security.
Come on now.
I move by myself, and I ain't scared of nobody, but I walk with the fear of God in me. Right. And I'm smart, so I got a heart in me, but I know how to protect my heart with my mind. So I mean, with the music, man, I listen to Tupac, I listen to Scarface. In this era here, you can't even understand what they saying. They don't even stand up and rap no more. They sit in the chair rapping, so it ain't coming from it's coming from
coming from the nasal, it ain't coming from the diaphragm.
It's coming from the joint. It's coming from the coke. It's coming from the fentanyl. That's what it's coming from.
My God.
It ain't coming from that come from that. So you got the, man, look, man, it's just a different time, man, where you don't even understand what they saying. They taking pictures, they don't even look at the camera no more. They so insecure and depressed, and they think that's cool, man, and they rapping about drugs. They taking, man, you's a junkie, man. Yeah, doing 7, 8 different drugs don't make you no gangster, it make you a junkie, man. Please understand that, man. This shit really stopping your heart. You got one heart, but you on 8 different drugs. What the you doing, boy? You on them perk 30s. You on that fentanyl. You on all that. And you can't even smoke the weed no more because they putting stuff in the weed now that don't belong in the weed. That's why it's white like that. Fool, wake your ass up.
Nino, when you talk about the drugs, man, I mean, it's literally killing us right now. Like you said, we can't even smoke the weed no more. No. Okay, that used to at least be the crutch or the go-to back in the day. The weed is taking folks out the game. How do you feel like the drugs have penetrated the community in this day and age versus the crack epidemic?
We got new drugs that we ain't hear about in the crack epidemic. It's new drugs that's chemically inclined and produced to, you understand me? Even I know CBD is probably a good thing, but I ain't never heard no CBD back in the days. All that we had with the smoke. You get what I'm saying? And before the smoke, they had the coke. And it's like the heroin and all that, but now heroin done turned to fentanyl. And now the weed done turned into an edible. And then you could put anything in a goddamn hookah and they gonna smoke it, but they scared to take the goddamn vac. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, man. It's just people doing anything. It's a fashion drug era where anybody do anything that anybody else do that look like they get money. Yeah. And them people in them high rise, they know that. You understand me? Them business owners, they know that, so they promoting through the rapper. We got more influence than we think we got, but they don't know they got it because they dumb.
How do you enlighten them? And then also, Nino, how many artists have you been able to get next to and say, hey, man, this is what you need to be doing, or try this approach to the game? And has anybody received you to hear what the hell you had to say when you got next to them?
They receive me, but before they make the catch, the devil intercept them. The devil intercept them and say, hey, man, you bigger than Nino, don't listen to him. The devil intercept them and say, hey, man, you richer than Nino, don't listen, don't. Yeah, the devil intercept them and say, hey, man, you got more niggas around you telling you to do it than what Nino, that's one Nino, don't listen to him. Then they called me back from prison and say, bro, I should have listened to you. Then they call me back, you understand me, telling me, man, how can we change this? Now they in the hospital, now they parents calling me, booking me to come speak to them in the facility. So it's like, mentally, you know, looking at the whole situation, man, it's scary because, man, like if you don't get a hold of yourself, you're gonna let go of yourself. Yep. And that's how the devil play on the idle mind. When you sit there and you sit still, he get in there, he put that fentanyl in your hand and he put that dope up your nose and that weed in your hand and you go to overdosing. Yep. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I talk to a lot of people, but who is really receiving? People don't receive until it's too late. Like they give you flowers when you can't smell them.
Come on now.
So they don't receive the message till they in prison. Now they want to call my phone from collect. I'ma block the number. I don't want to talk to you when you're in jail. I don't glorify niggas in jail. I'm sorry, bro. You supposed to be out here, too much money out here. I don't glorify you niggas that locked up. I don't care who you will, man. I don't glorify you, man, because you getting told what to do, how to shit, shower, and shake. Man, I'm out here. I go to the bathroom when I want to, eat when I want to. When I want to. Lay up with a woman when I want to. That's what I won't do. I don't know why y'all be glorifying these caged animals, man, that made mistakes. We ain't doing that no more. In 2023 and moving up, we moving forward to glorify people like Beehive, Nino Brown, and people that's out here getting money and successful and able to talk about it in a white man world.
Okay, Nino. Recently, I was watching your show. You had Master P on that thing, man.
Right.
One of the greatest interviews of, probably the best interview of 2023 so far.
Wow.
Okay?
That's big.
Oh, no, that interview was all pressure. You know, him and Romeo were having a back and forth at that time, man. I mean, having to sit down with P and just kind of, break bread with him during that whole situation. What was that like for you, man? And what was that energy in that room like when y'all were having that conversation?
Man, so, how it started was I did a video about Master P and his son and entitlement, just on the nutshell of what I'm going through with my daughters, right? So when I did the video, it hit 500 and some thousand views on Facebook and so many views on YouTube and this and that. And then P reached out to me. I was in the gym because I'm trying to get my sexy on. So then I get the DM from P and he like, where you at?
Yeah.
I said, I'm in Orlando. He flew to Orlando. At the time, I was in Orlando doing some radio stuff. He flew to Orlando just to come sit with me in the conference room that he booked at the hotel in the airport.
My God.
He booked the hotel, and then we did it, and then the energy was like this, right? So he said, we started talking before camera, and then he said, I don't want to talk to you no more because I wanted to be organic. So just cut the camera on, we'll conversate from there.
Yeah.
And then he was like, man, he don't want to talk about the things about his son. I ain't had no questions. I'm like, man, let's just conversate.
Let's get it.
But he went into all that. You get what I'm saying? And the energy was like so informative, from me sitting next to, one of my idols, growing up as a child. Ain't nobody
did it. P, man.
So I learned a lot, and I sat there and I really received what he was doing. But I was sitting next to a man that don't know he has a mental health issue. I'm gonna have to say it. Master P is coming down with the same mental health issue that I got. You get what I'm saying? Well, we trust family, and family looking at us as a lick instead of as love. You get what I'm saying? And Master P got a problem with cutting off his hand and replacing it with his heart. You get what I'm saying? And they forgetting that he got a heart. Yeah. And that's the problem. Even talking to Romeo, he was all, I talked to Romeo after that. He called me New Year's Eve for the first time. He was like, he want to sit down with me and talk.
That's hard.
And he was like, man, I made up with my dad off your interview. You get what I'm saying? But he was like, telling me his issue with his dad, and then I started feeling him. I say, Master P problem with his son was he looked at his son as a business and never a son. He never really taught him nothing. It was just straight, this my rapping ass son, this ain't my son though. Like, we ain't never played ball together, catch, none of that. After he realized that he could make money with his son, it was just straight business. And Romeo looking at him like, Daddy, I ain't never asked for this Michael Jackson, Joe Jackson ass shit. I'm looking at you like, Daddy. C Murder looking at P like, dude, I'm in prison. You got $500 million. Come get me out of jail. He looking at C like, you made that mistake. I ain't put you there. Allegedly, you made that mistake. I did all I could. But at the end of the day, you not finna pin me for a mistake they saying you made. Silk looking at him like, damn, dog. P, we ain't make, no limit ain't hot no more. What I'm gonna do now? And I'm in my 40s, and I got to live till I'm 80, 90, 100 years old off the little money. P looking at him like, Silk, I got on my hustle after rap. Where your rap snacks? Where your this? Where your that? Stop depending on me. No disrespect to none of them, because all of them right in a perspective. But at the end of the day, it's just like me around Cali. If I could see you politic hustle and how you do what you do, and you gave me $1 million worth of game for free, why I can't be the best student and become a better than my teacher? So everybody was right, but they had the wrong perspective. They became codependent. And then P got his faults too. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. With his son, Romeo, with his family and all that. You brought your family in that shit. You could never do business with family.
But that's what everybody wants to do, though, Nino. I mean, ain't it a beautiful thing to be able to empower your brothers and your son and the next generation? From the outside looking in, what I was thinking to myself was, if P was the breadwinner, he basically groomed Romeo to take over as the next breadwinner for the family after so he go sit down and say, hey, man, we coming to you now.
The problem with family is this. They look at you like Lil B High in the back room. But Lil B High ain't in the back room no more. He in the top floor.
Yeah.
So he living life, B High riding in this, he getting this, he making this, and you still looking at me like, man, that's still my little brother.
Yeah.
So he gon' do this. He supposed to do this. And then you put them in position and they feel like they entitled to fuck up, mess up, and screw up because he gonna always forgive me because Lil B High is my brother. That's Lil B High to them. Nigga, I'm Big B High now. I'm Big B.
Yeah.
Don't play with me. I'm Big B. So he Big P.
Yeah.
And they still looking at him as Lil P. But Big P done turned up and made a $500 million first rapper with the gold ceilings in the mansion that we seen on Cribs.
I mean, through talking to him though too, man. I mean, because one thing about P has pretty much lived out every possible ghetto fantasy that every black man could ever have.
The rap Deion Sanders.
Come on, man. So to see him broken and going through that with his son, that kind of hurt me too, from the outside looking in. Because like, God damn, man, they done got P too?
Damn.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like family, this business. How do you, so do you feel like you shouldn't go into business with family though, Nino?
I would never go in business with family. I want to do something with my mama right now. My mama is a master interior designer. Yeah. And I would love to put $1 million behind my mama and her business, but then I thought about it. Just coming up showed me, you my son, I could always utilize you, right? Yeah. And I ain't got no problem with it because she made me. But at the end of the day, man, I believe that family business will be divided with money and evil. You get what I'm saying? Always an entitlement and underappreciate and distrust, all that is gateways to you being stuck in the situation. You know what I'm saying? Because you put your family in position. And guess what? You leaving it for the public to scrutinize and make their own analogies about shit they don't even know about.
Yeah.
This your mama, this your brother, this is your son we talking about, Master P. This is Nino Brown mama we talking about, but he across in a courtroom. He's suing his mama because she own $5 million. But damn, your mama made you. How you gonna sue? Nigga, we made $50 million. She owed me $5. I want my $5, nigga. You get what I'm saying? Mama got to pay too. I got to pay taxes. So the government don't want to hear nothing about no damn. That was your mama.
That was your mama.
Mama, you got to pay. Relationship aborted. Right now. Right, motherfucker.
Okay, so now I'm about to spin it on you though a little bit, Nino. I mean, Gabrielle Union said she cheated on her first husband because entitlement.
Right.
And she felt like, she should be able to do what she wanted to do because, he wasn't her type really.
Wow.
Relationships, man. The man-woman relationship, trying to keep the family together. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
My thing is, I think Gabrielle Union is a witch. I think she's a black Kim Kardashian. I think she ain't no different from Amber Rose. I believe that Gabrielle Union is evil because just based off her history with men, based off her history, you know what I'm saying? Dwayne Wade, he a sucker. And I'm from Miami, but he a sucker. I got to be real. He a sucker. He been a sucker. You know what I'm saying? He's a great basketball player, but it's just like R. Kelly being a great singer and then a horrible character person, so they portray allegedly, right?
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade is a sucker, and it's because of how he moving outside of the NBA. Not business, but character. See, talent will take you places that character can't keep you. What I feel about Gabrielle Union is, man, look, let me tell you something. You chose that man. Even if he had money or didn't have money, you chose to stay. You ain't entitled to cheat. If you felt like the man supposed to provide and all that, man, you shouldn't even dated that man. Because she a witch, she had to come out and say that shit. And some shit just like, she a witch, Jada Pickett a witch. We got to call these witches out because they call us men out every day. We get scrutinized every day. Jada Pickett is a witch. Will Smith's whole legacy is at risk and on life support, if not dead, because of a woman. From the Bible, Adam and Eve, they screwed us. Or then you go to King David and his woman screwed us. Samson and Delilah screwed us. You keep going to women that screwed us. Get with the right woman. I ain't say all women are witches. I just said these is witches. So I just want you to know that. Yeah, you are a witch. You need healing. Everybody could be healed. You need healing, Gabrielle. All these women out here looking like you. And they thinking that that's the way to go. I could cheat on my man because he ain't got no money. It gonna be a season when your man ain't making the money he used to make. So you feel like his entitlement to cheat? It gonna be a season when you got to goddamn submit to your man all the way because you only making 10% of relationship. You feel like that's cool to cheat? Yeah, relationship is never 50-50. It's whatever the time being that you got to be. You might be the whole 100 that day. You understand me?
I'm with you.
We got to share the same interests, man. You ain't entitled to cheat, man. That's in the Bible. Thou should not cheat. How about that? A new common law. Go ahead.
What do you think it is that made you feel like Jada and Gabrielle are witches out here in these streets, though, man? Maybe they just want to do what they want to do all the damn time.
Women naturally just want to have fun. I never met a woman that liked being a woman. I never met a woman that liked being a woman. They go too much to be a woman just to turn down niggas that they really want, but truth be told, they want a nigga that want them. It's a weird situation. So I never met a woman that liked being a woman because women don't like to submit. You understand me? Women love to have control, and that's the reason that women love these men that portray to be women. We gonna call them that because that's the most control they can have over a masculine man, somebody that wanna be a woman. So they love to have them around. You know, from every celebrity, from Young Miami to Ari, they always had these masculine, feminine men around. Ain't nothing against that community because they like to control a masculine man from the man that's doing them at home like a man. You get what I'm saying? They don't want that order, that structure. They don't like, women do not like discipline. They like to hear real shit, but they don't like to be around real shit because that hurt them from what they really want to do. And they mama taught them, girl, a man supposed to pay you.
Okay, Nino, accountability in a relationship, just trying to get women to be held accountable. Why is that so difficult, man? Why do you feel like you can't hold a woman accountable to nothing?
You can't hold accountability to somebody that's going to argue with you on their defense and they never accept the fact when, hey, man, I was wrong. You know what? I was just dead wrong. It's always going to be painted, and the woman strength is she know that she could come on your birthday and open her legs. She know on Valentine's Day open her legs. I ain't gotta buy him nothing. She know on Christmas open the legs. Any holiday, Thanksgiving, he wanna eat, open the legs. Like it's just so with accountability, if I know I could just make it up with a little, but see a man tapping his true power when he overlooked the six. You get what I'm saying? When you overlook your little head for your big head and make that woman start thinking she wind up brain dead because she realized I can't trick this man. It gonna take more than a piece of coochie. That's why I'm against marriage. Now, I'm only against marriage because in this era here, they marrying for the wrong reasons. Women are marrying for the wedding day. They want the bouquet. But after the wedding day starts the marriage. Yeah. Don't look at that wedding cake. Don't look at that wedding day. Don't look at them shoes and that dress. Yeah, it costs money, $50,000. You want a $50,000 wedding, $80,000 car. You want a $200 million house, and you want to come to the relationship with some pre-owned coochie. What is that? We got to stop that. You men got to start holding these women accountable for what they say they gonna do in the relationship. You need help too, fool, because I don't see too many homeless women out here. I see a lot of homeless men. Dude, if you go broke, your ass gonna be on the floor. She gonna wind up in another nigga chest. No matter long that jukebox still get wet, she gonna always wind up in a nigga chest. But you gotta keep your check, fool.
Okay, Nino, for young men coming up in the game, man, I mean, what do you advise them to do? Somebody that's they 18, about to walk across that high school stage, man, what advice do you have for them to grow into some strong, sturdy men out here?
We all made mistakes when we was young, right? So I'd be wrong to judge the youth off the mistakes that they're doing when I made mistakes, right? It's okay to fail your way to success. It's okay to choose a career path. It's okay. The first thing I would tell my son, if I had a son, right, and he was graduating, I would say, hey, man, don't get too, with the friend jank, right? So friends, man, like think about you. At this level of success, it's only you and another person, like y'all cool, and you be, if you got that. Yeah. I think take leadership over your life. I think be careful what you let consume you. I think read a lot more, incorporate reading more than you listen to music. I think just studying and paying attention to the game and where it's going so you can protect your legacy that you leaving, because we all leave a legacy, no matter what that legacy is. If your legacy is smoking and drinking, that's all he like to do. He died now, but he ought to get high, get drunk on that corner. If your legacy was doing podcasts, be the best one you could be. Yeah. Be the best at what you can do. Don't worry about what everybody else doing. Do you and be the best at doing you.
As a father, Nino, what has that been like, having this public persona, man, and trying to raise kids out here in this new world with this new technology, and also instilling some kind of sense of self-esteem in them when the world is trying to tear them down?
Ooh, watch this.
Come on.
So these young cats raising a child, first of all, the kids are smarter than us. They're more clever than us. They slicker than us. They're about 4 years smarter than they above their time, which leads to depression. So if I'm exposed to things too soon, right? Mm-hmm. When you get 16, when you get to 12 years old and you exposed to sex activity or drugs and stuff like that you know exist, but you ain't never seen the shit. Remember when we first time seen crack, or when we first time to see the crack of a woman, it just mentally, we always thought about that, like, damn, that's how we get grown, doing that, ain't it? But now you 12 years old, and we used to sneak in our mama room and steal a porno and look at the porno. You get what I'm saying? But in this era here,
you had to fight to get that.
If you mistype a girl name on Instagram, you might wind up on the porn page, soft porn. And your kids got Instagram. If you misspell something and put something else, you see a girl bent over and she be like, damn, daddy, I gotta do this to get all these followers she got. And then they growing up, 13, 14, they depressed, mental health issues, because they realizing, hey man, I done been exposed to stuff so fast, but they don't even know that they exposed. They thinking that's the right, you know what I'm saying? I just think exposure is, because the white people is minimizing their kids' exposure. They not giving them a phone till they 16 years old. We giving our kids a phone to stay out our goddamn business in the house. Go in the room, play with your tablet. But that tablet is a brochure for them white people to inject your kids with the chicks, with the all that other. It's a lot of devilish.
Andre 3000 said in a song that, in the future we were going to have to go to the museum to see what a real woman looked like.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying here? And when you just said about what's going on Instagram and how that influences our daughters, first of all, I got 3 of them, okay?
Me too.
So, I'm telling everybody that they beautiful. I'm bigging up self-esteems and everything the whole time and letting them know what you got genetically from me and your mom is enough, and that's what you gonna have to work with, partner.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? That's just how we living out here.
Facts.
What is it like for you looking at just the state of our women in general, man? Because, it seems like this social media is getting a hold of them and wearing them out, Nino.
So, this the scary part. You take a 20-year-old girl with a bunch of insecurities, even 19, going to Dominican Republic or going overseas to wherever to get their body done before it finished developing. So this way you get these gorillas at the top and the body at the bottom looks so big because they overdoing their body at a young age when they ain't finished growing. If you're going to do any kind of surgical procedures, you need to wait till you 30 or above because now you finished growing. They so insecure that they can't even wait to go do surgery against your rules. Now they doing it in your face. And if my daddy say something, I don't want to deal with my daddy no more. And then they come back with all these bunch of kids. Because remember, all that surgery going to do is just produce a bunch of kids, right? Because ain't nothing coming about that twat but kids and problems, right?
Come on.
And bills. So watch this. They come back to you and say, Daddy, you know, this me now. You like, damn, girl, why you did all that? You know what I'm saying? And they like, Daddy, you don't like it. Now they stop dealing with you. Now they go get with Mustard Head, Craig, or Bam Bam them, and they gon', you know, wham bam Sam them. Yep. So that's the problem. I think, you know, it's too much exposure. Yeah. You know, back in the days, we used to shame girls for doing things that they being praised to do now. When you was a whore, you was holding that. When you was a scammer, you was holding that. You ain't want nobody to know that. When you did drugs, you did it in the corner. Now they all in the open getting on the dope. Now they all in the open, I'm a prostitute on the floor. Now they all and don't even know how to clean themselves. Be stinking, be stinking. And then it's like, y'all just glorifying this that we used to hide in our back pocket. Like we worked a job, put on Dickie outfits, and went on the corner and did. But now they glorifying stuff that's gonna send you to prison or send you to the goddamn hospital room to push out a baby that you can't take care of.
All right, Nino. So now when you over here fighting the power, because in this instance, the power is what people are glorifying out here in these streets, man. What has been the reception to your truths going at these folks, telling them how you feel and saying, I'm not going to even glorify the status quo no more because y'all done messed up the status quo?
Yeah, I've been on that. I've been realizing that you got to do what your status quo is. And that's what go back to telling the high school kid that's graduating, do what's your calling. You know, don't look at what they doing. Everybody look at the end goal, right? So you might make a lot of money. Drug dealers everybody's successful. Drug dealer successful, B-High successful, Nino Brown successful. But what B-High do, Nino Brown probably can't do. And what I do, B-High can't do, right? And what I do, the drug can't do, or he can't do what you do, but he's still successful. Yeah. Everything come with a burden and a blessing. And I think looking at that, I think you gotta just look at the end goal. You see a stripper, they make a whole bunch of money one night. You be like, I want to be a stripper, but you don't know 5 nights might be slow nights where she don't even walk out there with tip out. Yep. But that one night that she on Instagram, because they only post a highlight reel on Instagram, they don't post a bad night when they got them begging for to make it out the club. Got to wash dishes to get out the club. They don't talk about that. But see, the thing is, nobody talk about the drug dealer when he go to prison facing 10, 20 life. Everybody look at Young Thug on stage. Nobody talk about the Young Thug sitting there looking like, Lord, please let me out this prison. I wish I never done none of this shit, man. Me and Lucci could be friends tomorrow if you let me out this. Yeah. Nobody ain't talking about that. But everybody looking at the Young Thug standing there, that. You looking at the wrong thing. Yep. Look at Young Thug now if you want to be Young Thug yesterday. Look at R. Kelly now. I believe I could fly. I know he wish he could fly up out that goddamn jail cell. Messing with them little girls, nigga work his whole life just for some young coochie. You sung your ass off in there for the moon pies, boy, just for some young coochie. Wake your ass up, boy. Round this bed.
Okay, now, Nino, I mean, my thing is now, for you, because you got a lot of good ass answers, Nino.
You the best.
Your life, though. When was the time that you didn't have the answers, and how did you formulate the answers, man?
So I ain't had no daddy, right? So my dad was in the house, but he didn't rock with me. I wasn't his favorite child. I was like the third child that he rocked with, right? He never believed in me. So I had to turn to dudes in the street. And luckily, man, I had people to go to in the street, right? So I'm, you know, even to this day, I still talk. I rent a OG, I rent a daddy. Yeah. I get somebody older than me to teach me something I don't know because my daddy mentally, he never was there for me. He was unavailable. He didn't fuck with me. But I mean, you know, we always growing on levels that we at, right? So I'm 38 years old. I'm on level 38 trying to get to 39.
That's right.
I got 3 daughters. It's going to be a different season raising a 16 than when she turns 17. You got to learn that.
Yeah.
Every day you learn, and when you stop learning, you die.
Come on now.
So I think I'm learning every day that I wake up around this joint, and I pray God keep waking me up, because when you know enough, you got to go.
Okay. What was the point to where you had that aha moment and you learned something that said, okay, I'm never going back to the old me ever again?
Man, when I started making money doing the right thing. When I started making money doing the right thing, and God blessed me, it made me understand that, hey, man, you don't got to do what they doing and you still going to get paid.
Yeah.
It's preachers richer than rappers. Go look at TD Jakes. Creflo, this one out here, what the one, look like R. Kelly? No, the other one. Bryant.
Okay.
Jamal Bryant, whatever name. He getting paid.
Yeah.
Pastor Keon, whatever his name, getting paid.
Yeah.
Man, they making more than all them rappers on stage. And I love them rappers, but I love preachers.
Yeah.
Because preachers preaching the word of God is still getting paid like you, and ain't got to duck no bullets and go sleep in no hotel wondering if the promoter gonna kick in the door to take the money back.
Whew.
They go home on Sunday to their family. You can't even build a family because you always on the road. You can't even build a family because you got so many hoes around you, and you know they'll go with whatever you say because you paying to get them on the floor. You can't even live. You can't trust nobody. This game here worse than the drug game. In the drug game, you know how to move and all that. In this game here, everybody will pretend real good, and that fake love feels so real. That fake love feel real. So that's when I realized that, you know what? I ain't doing what they doing no more. I ain't dressing like them unless I feel like it. I got to like it.
I got a question for you, Nino. I mean, which one would you rather though? The fake love or the real hate?
I like real hate because real hate is the ugly truth when fake love is just a pretty lie. You get what I'm saying? So I'd rather somebody give me the real hate, and I'm going to respect them after we get through the hate and I learn how to dissect hate.
Yeah.
Normally hate is just a mixed understanding on maybe words we said. Mm-hmm. Look at Gucci Mane and Jeezy. Look at all that money they missed with the biggest record of their career. In 2019, 2020, they do a show together and fix the 20.
And break the damn internet.
Break the internet. Look at how many people. Look at Gucci Mane and Yo Gotti beefing over a woman. You get what I'm saying? We can make so much money together if we just come together and say, you know what, I was wrong. Egos, camps, the devil. He love it. He loved division. And what is division? Division is two heads with different visions.
Yeah.
Two heads being separated, pulling this way and that way, and then you got these niggas pulling you this way, them niggas pulling you that way, and when y'all see each other, it's all out warfare over some words. YF and Lucci, Young Thug, division, could have made money together. Migos broke up, division. And I believe the Migos broke up because when they start all doing, I'm gonna do a solo album. I'm gonna do a solo album. I'm gonna do a solo album. And they realize the people like, damn, dog, y'all don't sound good unless y'all together.
Yeah.
When people realize that division separate them to the point where it never was the same. And now you got Offset doing his thing. Rest in peace, Takeoff.
Yeah.
Quavo trying to do his thing, but it could have been together.
Yeah.
And I believe if they would have been together that night, Takeoff wouldn't have been murdered. I believe somebody intuition would have hit like, bruh, just chill. Just step back. Let's go, bruh. I believe his life would have been saved if them niggas would have been together. And to this day, them niggas ain't together. And they cousins or some shit like that.
Yeah, they family.
Man, y'all get that shit together, man. Y'all call Nino, let's have a sit down right here on the Beehive Show. We can work this shit out. Some millions on the table. Y'all leaving, bruh. Yo, kids gonna need that shit, bruh. Y'all fix that fuck ass shit. Cause man, there's too much niggas out here in prison, man, and you niggas rich. Y'all get in the mansions and y'all doing it, man, to do it together. Make an album about your brother that died. Y'all out here glorifying the wrong shit. And I'm sorry, passion took over.
Well, nah, I ain't mad at you, Nino. I mean, when it comes to this industry, though, when you done roll with Khaled and you done seen the pinnacle of the industry at the same time, being around folks like Scarface and yourself and stuff like that, what is it like maneuvering through all of that attention and protecting yourself, trying to heal folks at the same time, and make a way for yourself at the same time too?
I think the best part about all this is, even if my calling is not to be the richest man on earth, even if my calling is not to be the biggest on earth, I just want to leave this motherfucker as the realest on earth. I just want to leave this earth saying, you know, I ain't never did no flaw. I ain't never did no snake. I ain't never snitch on my own son, queso. I ain't never did the things that they doing. I ain't never had to point across at my dog in the courtroom in the orange jumpsuit. I ain't never had to do the things that they did, and I left a legacy. Martin Luther King was not the richest man on the world, but he made it where a white man and a black man could coexist in the same room.
Yeah.
Malcolm X wasn't the richest man in the world, but look what he did with his speech, and they still live to this day. Tupac, I believe, died with a little bit over 70-some thousand in his bank account. And he never got a chance to really reap the millions off the music that he made, right? But his mom did. His estate worth millions even in his death to this day.
Yeah.
Sometimes that money, and I look at it like that, like, man, I ain't gonna probably have all the money that I really can get, right? But my kids will get it when I die. Look at DeMar Hamlin. When they thought he was dead, he raised over $10 million, $8 million, $13 million, man. When he only, his goal was only like 2,500 or something like that. So now, when they think you gonna die, they support you. When you think you gonna die, all these players that you never met or never knew, now they coming to send you your flowers when you can't smell them and you need CPR. You understand me, to get up. Man, I got a problem with that. And I grew to accept that. And that's what they gonna do with you, B-High.
But see, I'm gonna hit you with this because I got to quote my boy M-Rec because he gave me one of the greatest lines ever, and I can't never use his line without quoting him first. He said, B, don't give me no flowers. We give flowers to dead people. He said, I believe in giving kings their crowns, which you wear right now. Why do you think it's so hard for us to give kings their crowns, but we love to give folks their flowers? See, you can wear your crown. You got your crown on now. You see what I'm saying? You can walk around with that. When I see the crown, I recognize a king. The flowers, that's laying on your grave site, man.
Yeah, I think the problem is everybody feel like you in the way when you alive and you free.
All right, it's over with. You snapped. You snapped.
You in the way. See, when you dead, you out the way. When you in jail, you out the way.
God damn it.
But when you free, when you able to get this money, when you able to do things, man, and maneuver and make moves, man, they feel like they can't do it. But they don't understand, just like you told me before this interview, I can help you do this, help you do that. You're not looking at me as competition. You looking at me as, brother, I just want to see you win because it's enough out here for all of us.
Come on.
You special. But in this game, these people are especially messed up. And they need to learn, man, that it's enough out here for all of us, man. It's okay to salute your brother. You actually look better when you salute your brother. See, a candle don't lose none of its fire when it light another candle. For the moment, they both shine bright together when they light each other.
That's right.
Light your brother up and never look on the man. Never look down on the man unless you picking him up. Never look down on the man unless you putting a hand down to help him up. Stop looking down on people, man. Stop judging people. We all been down.
How do we get people to get on that frequency and that wavelength, though, Nino? Because that's one of the things, even with my platform, I've always been on that. It's like, hey, man, we all men under God. Let's get it. Right. But for some reason, everybody don't understand that.
Right.
So how do we get folks to be humble enough to say, you know what, man, we are all one out here? Can we get any community and any real love with each other, man, to move the culture forward and be powerful? Or are we just going to always be in a state of, you know, disintegration?
When Master P made up with Romeo, the picture went viral, more viral than any picture or video on their page within the last 2 years. Go look it up.
Yeah.
All the destruction, people love to see destruction, but when you could piece it together and they could show that, hey man, you gotta learn from that movie Eminem 8 Mile. If he talked about himself, he did everything and put it in front of you and you ain't had nothing left to talk about, then guess what? He win the game. Go meet with your brother, man. It's somebody that's going through family trauma right now. Go meet with your brother. Go establish something with your sister. Because if you don't, you're going to be forced to come together over a funeral. Go meet with your fellow rapper, Offset. Go meet with your fellow rapper, Offset. Go meet with your fellow brother, Quavo. Fix that. Because if not, the next time you're going to see him is at a funeral or in a jail, and you're going to wish like hell that you could have made things well. Man, let me tell you something, man. Just know people ain't never wishing you well. Just know people that everybody that clap for you don't want to see you win. Just know that some people, when you win, they not going to clap. Be cool with that. But do something else. Go make somebody that's against you rich. Go put somebody that's against you on and show them, hey, bro, my heart different. Because they're going to spend the rest of their life trying to prove to you that they'll never cross you a day in their life no more. Fix that shit.
Fixing it, the man-woman relationship, and empowering the family. So you say that you don't believe in the marriage thing, but I mean, what about the family though, Nino? How do we get everybody together? Because these kids are stronger with everybody in the house, man.
That's true. The kids are stronger with everybody in the house. Choosing the right woman to have a child with.
How do we do that?
Marrying not because her booty big. Marrying not because he rich. Marrying somebody that you can actually build with and not just chill with. Because everything for a season, so you're going to have for a season.
Yeah.
You're going to kiss for a season. You're going to love for a season. But then it's going to be a season where you want to go in your own man cave. It's going to be a season where you can't talk to her because you feel like y'all don't get along and y'all don't outgrew each other. Having somebody that y'all mentally connect with and then raising a child, going to bring in that child up in a house full of love. Not a house full of hate, not a child support court system or divorce alimony system. That's a system. It's a system. It's a Willie Lynch syndrome system that we gotta break, because if they keep the man out the house, they stronger over the woman, and the woman weak. She need the government. The government is her new man. That dog she got in there is her new man. The dog can't lay up with you, babe. The government don't care nothing about you, babe. But that man that you made that seed with, that man is that water to your seed. And you are the fertilizer. Trust what I'm saying now. Use wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
Getting out of our own way, Nino. For those that are coming up in situations, man, that find themselves so damn frustrated that they can't move forward, and they got so many ideas, but they just seem like they can't execute one of them, man. I mean, how do you get people to, get a clear mind and to focus and to be the best them that they could possibly be and get out of their own damn way?
Distractions. You got to cut them. You got to cut distractions. Distractions is everything in the way of your vision. Yep. Distractions is everything in the way of your goals. Distraction is hoes. Distraction is drugs. Distraction is gambling. You notice drugs is on TV. You notice gambling is the over and under on TV every 5 seconds. You notice all these distractions is pulling away from, they show you all these ways to spend money, but they don't show you how to get no money. They want you to stay in your house and click on Amazon every day Christmas. That's why y'all don't appreciate Christmas no more, because everyday Christmas is a box outside your house right now wrapped up, and you can't wait to open it. Oh, look at my new this, new that. Let me tell you something. Get away from them distractions. Start saying, you know what, I'm gonna go this week without doing this. I'm gonna go this month without doing this, and I'm gonna stay on that. And I think in Jamaica, some kind of culture, they call it Lent. You gotta go on Lent where you don't do nothing for a while, man. That's so right. You could miss that. Start avoiding distractions, because if you don't, you're going to never attract the life that you want. You're going to always live with accepting instead of projections of your life. Cut all distractions.
When you ain't running around town snapping, Nino, what are you doing for it?
Man, you know what? Michael Jordan hobby was golf from basketball and baseball, right? Deion hobby is motivational speaking. That's a friend of mine. He's a good person. Yeah. But my hobby is traveling. I don't know my hobby. I'm so engulfed in my passion that I don't have distractions. I don't have things that I like to do no more, because I'm so consumed of content, right? I'm so busy serving.
You living it.
I'm living it. And I know you is too, because I seen the smirk on your face. But the fact of the matter is that causes dementia. It causes dementia when you overwork your brain so much and you don't never give it time to relax.
Oh no, nigga, I'll take a pause for the calls on their ass because I feel the overheating happening. I'm like, hey man, before I lose my goddamn mind, I ain't doing shit for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I ain't scared not to do shit. I will sit in my house and not do shit. And I don't want to hear shit about not doing nothing either. Cause I ain't gonna do it until I'm ready to do it again, man. Because I got to be present for Nino. I can't come in here, hey Nino, what the hell, what you say, man? I ain't even heard what the fuck you said because I ain't here. You see what I'm saying?
That's deep.
Oh nigga, it's just called stopping. It's called fuck that shit. You see what I'm saying? We stop, we say fuck that shit, and we'll get back to it when we feel like it. You see what I'm saying? Because my thought process is, I ain't got that. I let the money thing go. I ain't got to have all the goddamn money. As long as my bills are paid and covered enough and I got some money in the bank, if some bullshit going on, I'm happy than a motherfucker. And as long as I can know, now I ain't gonna take no break if I can't afford to take no break. Right. Nigga, if I need to be grinding, nigga, I'm gonna get my grind on. But if the money's in there,
if you're comfortable,
if I'm comfortable enough, nigga, I don't mind saying, all right, nigga, ain't nothing coming in, nigga. You just gonna sit your ass over here, nigga, and take a mental fucking break.
Pause,
you see what I'm saying? Knowing folk like Deion Sanders, though, man, how did you link up with him? And what kind of game did he lay on you? Because this man is one of the real deal GOATs.
Linking up with Deion was special. You know, he hit me on the Instagram live, and that was our first time linking. And, you know, it was just a connection right there. Deion is a special cat because he's a good dude. He's self-driven. He's motivational. And it's not many coaches / football players of his caliber that, like LeBron ain't getting on there giving you motivation every day. Tom Brady definitely not. Michael Jordan, you ain't never heard from Michael Jordan since he played the basketball game and we still wear his shoes. And I don't got a problem with that. But Deion is special, you know, probably one of the most special entertainers, ball players, coaches that we'll ever see in his lifetime. Yeah. It's special to know a person like that and have access to that. It's a blessing. I mean, you know, he motivated me. I motivate him. We inspire each other. It's a blessing.
Being around folks like Deion and Scarface, man, what do you think it is that makes them both great? What are them coming out of this in here?
Just that real shit. Like both them real. Yeah. Like Deion, you look on his stuff, he a primetime father as well as a primetime coach, primetime player. Triple-double. So when you look at people, right, and then Scarface, he's trying to be a governor, mayor, whatever it is in his city, so he's looking for change. When you look at people, they'll be LeBron. They'll make the points, they'll get the rebounds, but they fell in the assist. They don't pass, right? Or LeBron might pass and he got points, but he don't rebound. You want to be triple-double Russell. You want to be winning as a father, winning as a husband, and winning as a businessman. You want to be winning at life in 3 categories, 4 categories, quadruple Russell. For people say things about you, you're well-rounded. You're, like he said, he rests. I have a problem with resting. Yeah. I had to stop for a minute to listen to him because I'm learning that, hey, man, it's okay to rest because you don't want to get 40, 50 and can't remember nothing.
Come on.
Because you fried your brain. So my whole thing is, you know, you judge people like that based off their character outside of their task and their calling. And that's what I judge them guys is, and they real stand-up people.
What do you think it takes to be a GOAT, man?
Nowadays, they calling GOATs people that really is a baby sheep, you know. They call anybody a goddamn GOAT, you know.
Baby sheep.
That's why my statement of GOAT is God of all things. I serve God. But the GOAT we talking about, you know, I look at Lil Wayne as a GOAT. You know, Lil Wayne controlled the game for about 13, 14 years.
Yeah.
You look at Outkast as the GOAT.
Come on.
First one to wear dresses and stuff like that before the Young Thug, but they did it in a classy way. You look at T.I., he a GOAT for real, for what he did. You look at Jay-Z, he changed clothes and everybody changed clothes with him. You look at people like that changed the game. Or go to somebody that changed the game. They didn't get in the game and did what you did a little better than you. That's the new GOATs.
Yeah.
The old GOATs were people that came in with no kind of plan and just start doing stuff, and you start doing it because you thought it was cool to do it. That's a GOAT. Change the game. Game changers.
When you meet young people out here in these streets, Nino, I mean, what have been their reaction to you, man? How do you feel when you meet your fan base or your family base out here in these streets, man? How much love are they giving you?
So I had met a 16-year-old the other day, and I was surprised they even knew who I was. You know, I'm 38. And they was like, man, you remind me of a Martin Luther King. And I was like, you know, the thing about us, B-High, you got to remember this. We've been in our same body since birth. We don't know who we are, what we doing. I don't care who think they is, because God said be humble anyway.
Yeah.
Because this is famous man giving, it could be taken away. Anything man giving is compensatable. You know what I'm saying? So they say you're modern day Martin Luther King, man. You speak the truth, you speak real, and I always watch you. You changed my life. They're receptive to me, you know, because I stand on what I believe in. I don't care what the world's saying. I will go left for everybody that's trying to go that way.
Yeah.
You know, right might not always be right. It might be a direction that time.
Yeah.
But I go left, and I stand on my own. And everybody that went right gonna turn back around, but I'm not gonna be there this time. I'm gonna be up there and stuck there.
Yeah.
So I just believe in principle. I believe in, you know, the things that they're doing, don't do that, because it's a business on the opposite side.
Dealing with a woman that cheated on you, man, how do we deal with these things? Because in the man-woman relationship, it hurts a man's ego when his woman shoots that free throw.
Right. So it's a reason that your main course on your plate is always bigger than your side dishes, right? So I'd be a fool to choose a side of candy yams over a big steak, you know?
That's right.
But some people see that side as, you know, it's low-hanging fruit and it's easy to get away with, right? And that go back to character. Dealing with a woman that cheat, we all got flaws. At certain age brackets, you're not supposed to be doing certain things. Depending on the age bracket of the woman, right? So if we cheat, men cheat. I ain't gonna say we cheat. Men cheat, right? Men cheat, but at a certain age, it's like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. You got this good woman at home. What are you doing?
Come on.
But a man think with his little head rather than his big head. A woman, she like a cat, she cover up her shit. And a dog, he shit in the open. He don't care who clean it up. He don't care who he hurt, how it smell. So my whole thing is, dealing with people that cheat, man, you got to understand, if you forgive them, trust is like a sandcastle. Water is like one lie. If you pour a big wave over a sandcastle, I don't care how pretty that sandcastle is, one lie can destroy 1,000 truths.
Come on, man.
Never lie. Always protect your character. Before you cheat, think memory or nightmare. Is I'm gonna enjoy this memory or this nightmare gonna be destructive to me? And that's what's disabled me from cheating on my woman.
Well, you always this righteous though, Nino. And if not, what was it that made you make that pivot, brethren?
Hell no, I had 100 women at one time. You know, I was messing on 100 women. I told my woman about them days. But them 100 women, you ever notice, like if you get around a woman that you was considered to mess with on your woman, it make you appreciate your woman for all the shit she don't do.
Come on now.
So things like that make you be like, damn, I appreciate her because she don't even do this.
Come on.
And all men, you know, all people rather, is entitled to want what we can't have.
Yep.
We learn to love through rejection. We learn to love through fear. We learn to love through things that we told not to do and we can't do. You know, it's like a Rubik's Cube or something like that. You can only win by going outside the box. You get what I'm saying? So you got to think, right? So I think that discipline of learning discipline, because you got to be disciplined to win. When you learn discipline and you master discipline, and then you go into ambition and stuff like that, because you got to have discipline in order to have ambition. Your discipline got to kick in to feed that. I think you know, just having discipline to say, you know what, we ain't gonna think with this today. We know that's a bill walking. She got a fat ass, she got titties, but that's a bill. That's a child support payments. 60 seconds of pleasure will cost you 18 years of child support payments. It's not worth it. Keep that woman at home because you know what you got. You don't know what you gonna get.
Overcoming fear, Nino. You know, a lot of folks are just scared to be great. They're scared of success. They're scared to go outside. They're scared of the vaccine. They're scared of COVID. They're scared watching the news. And then they don't even want to be bold enough to live their truth or go after the things that their heart really, truly desires. How do we get over that fear, man, and go after the goals?
I think it's just not caring what people think about. You know, if you care about what people think about you, you're going to always live in the fear of, if I do this, they might think this about me. That's 90% of the world. You'll be surprised.
Yeah.
Keep your goals to yourself, because when you keep your goals to yourself, you can always restart, rekindle, rewrite, and do it a different way. When you tell people you got to do it that way, or you lied, or you failed, right? So keep your bank account, your next move, and keep what you're doing and who you love to yourself.
Yeah.
Protect it like you protect your ATM PIN number. And that's how you will stay successful. When you go to telling people, they pray against it, they pray on it, and they watch it. I thought you were doing this. Why you stop doing that? Man, you should have did this like this. And they create an enemy within with them because expectations is too high.
Yeah.
Lower your expectations, but raise your standards.
Okay, lastly, Nino, what do you got to tell your friends, your fans, and your people and your supporters? And how can these folks contact you, man? Because you done came in the bitch and snap.
The truth is, I'm gonna go into a little story. So I had some supporters that support me, you know, from day one.
Yeah.
And I wrote their names down, right? And I made a list, like where they at, what city they in. People crazy, but I trust God intuition. So last night I get to Atlanta and I'm like, yo, this girl Maria Owens been supporting me on YouTube. I need to find her. I sent her an Uber, a Lux Uber. I brought her to the Houstons. I fed her to dinner. We had a big conversation. We decided we're going to go into business together. We're going to do a vending machine business. And I said, I only want to do it with you because you've been supporting me on YouTube since day one.
Come on, man.
You came to me with a lucrative business plan. I like your plan, and I just want to say, man, let's do this, man. I would direct you, I would connect you, and I respect you for being a woman trying to do it as a single parent. You understand me? You're a nurse. So I think dealing with supporters, not looking at people as fans, because we all share the same fans anyway.
Come on.
All these rappers listen to Lil Baby, they listen to Lil Wayne. All these people listen to Young Thug, they listen to Future. It's what you want to listen to at that time. You get what I'm saying? Not looking at people like that, looking at them as supporters. I support B-High. I support Nino. I support this. And we all share supporters, and let's support each other, because if you ain't supporting, you ain't important.
Come on now.
So my whole thing is, you can really connect with me on YouTube, Nino Brown 305. You connect with me on Instagram, Nino Brown 305, Facebook, Nino Brown Miami. You could call me. I even got a phone number where I talk, because mental health is a serious thing.
Talk to me.
That's how Master P got with me. Call my hotline. 786-310-3112. That's my personal phone number. I keep that phone on me. I got 3 lines. I pick them up. My assistant never had my phone. I told her ass though, because he was trying to holler at one of them niggas would call. He sent a picture, Nino. He was fine. Get your black head out my face. So I fired her, and I do it now myself. I'm my own assistant, own director, own this, own that, and I do it like this, and I own this, and I own that. Just know that.
Already, Nino.
My nigga.
Man, my dog. Appreciate you coming through this thing, man. Wish you nothing but the best and much success. B-High Radio shouting. Nino Brown, holla at y'all in a minute, babe. We go.